Hey guys, Q here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and discussing recent news involving Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead, in regards to his departure from the show during Season 9. With that being said, major warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to the Season 9 finale, and let's jump right into this. So in a recent comicbook.com article interview, they quote Daryl's actor Norman Reedus talking about a recent conversation he had with Andrew Lincoln. Apparently Andrew Lincoln told Norman Reedus that he left at the wrong time because he thinks Season 9 of the show looks amazing, and Norman agrees but tries not to rub it in. The link to this article will be in the description, feel free to go and read it through if you want, but yeah, Andrew Lincoln gave Norman Reedus even more screen time than he already had, giving him a huge spotlight during Season 9, because Daryl got a huge opportunity for arcs here since both Rick and Maggie were gone off of the show. Daryl hasn't had much original story like he did back in the first 3 seasons with Merle and whatnot, and people have been complaining that he just kinda turned into a grunting shell of his former self. Now Daryl has served a ton of purpose in Season 9, not only taking over Maggie's role at the Hilltop versus Alpha, along with dealing with Lydia, and he actually relates to that because he was abused as a child as well. Not only that, but he's taken over Rick's roles with the Whispers near the end of Season 9 with the Whisper Border as well, as Daryl meets up with Alpha to be shown the Mega Herd instead of Rick like in the comics. So Andrew Lincoln left the show, and as we all know, to mainly spend more time with his family, as he's dedicated nearly a decade to this TV show. I wish he could have stayed on the show for another season or so, but I digress. Apparently, Andrew Lincoln had talks of leaving around seasons 4 to 6, so we should be happy that he stayed on the show this long regardless, and originally they were even thinking of ending the show when they got to Alexandria. I thought that was crazy, but apparently it was an option. Andrew Lincoln was also possibly going to leave either halfway through Season 8 or during the finale via the helicopter on that hill with the tree, but he decided to stick it out until Season 9, and so that's why the Season 8 finale was kinda underwhelming. He even said in interviews, without Carl to fight for, he felt like he didn't have a purpose playing Rick's character anymore because it's always been about protecting his son and creating a world for him and a future for him. So since he already wanted to leave the show and then they killed off Carl on top of it, he figured it was a good time to go himself. But now it's almost felt like a full season without Rick. Although he was in the first 5 episodes, there's still 11 episodes without him, and with the 6-year time skip in between, along with all this Whisper stuff recently, it really does feel like a new season of a new show without him. I love how they seem to have switched up the typical structure for Season 9, but that's another topic for another video. Andrew Lincoln was on The Walking Dead for so many years, and now he probably misses it. When he was used to being on the front lines of the show, he wanted to take a break after so long. But now that he's been off of the show for longer than ever before, I could see him missing it quite a bit. And yes, he is getting his own movies over the next few years, so there's nothing to sob over. He's still involved with The Walking Dead, but he won't be with all the same Walking Dead family members that he's been used to filming with for so many years. And you know, that's possibly why he liked hanging out around set during Season 9, and why he wants to come back and direct an episode during Season 10, because it doesn't help his case that Season 9 has been just absolutely amazing, which is the reason why he says that he left at the wrong time. Now, he could just be saying this to try and hype up the show, considering it's absent of major characters such as himself playing Rick, and then Carl, Maggie, Jesus, and Morgan, but it's still doing better than it has been the past few years. Now, if Season 9 was trash, or at least worse than Season 8, Andrew Lincoln probably wouldn't be saying all of this, but as I've been saying, Season 9 is surprisingly good. I was just as skeptical as everyone else going into Season 9 without Rick, as I went in with low standards, just hoping that they wouldn't absolutely screw up the show, and it was a scary time for fans as we've never had the show in such a state of uncertainty before. Seasons 7 and 8 felt a bit contrived and bogged down. It didn't truly do Negan's arc from the comics the justice that I feel it deserved, so I was worried that they were gonna botch up the Whisperer arc as well, but thankfully that didn't happen. I think that they gave the Whispers the justice that they deserve so far on the TV show, and I'm really excited to see what Season 10 holds in store. And that's being said without all the main characters that I listed off earlier. Going into Season 9, I just simply could not picture the Whisper story arc and a new beginning without Rick Grimes, without Carl Grimes, but Henry and all of that, and Daryl, and I don't know, man, it works. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but this show never really is, so why am I even surprised? I'm really happy with Season 9, and it seems like Andrew Lincoln is as well. Being able to take a step back from the show and just be able to have a breath of fresh air was probably great for him, but what do you guys think of him actually missing the show? Was he just hyping up the show without him, or is he genuinely feeling like he left the show at the wrong time? With all the talks of him thinking of leaving the show since Season 4, he might actually feel bad since he was just so incredibly indecisive about when he should leave, if he should leave, or if he shouldn't, and then when he finally decides to, it turns out to be the wrong time after all. That being said, there never really was a good time for Rick Grimes to leave The Walking Dead, although if he would have stayed on for another year or two, they could have phased him out better without jeopardizing the show to the extent that they did. Will Rick eventually return to the show after all of his movies are complete? His actor was around the Season 9B set because he's going to be directing an episode in Season 10, similar to how Abraham's actor Michael Cutlitz directed an episode this season during Season 9, and the first Rick Grimes movie is confirmed to be released sometime in 2020. Let me know what you guys think down below, but that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, or even subscribe for more Walking Dead content in the near future. Check out my Patreon and Twitter if you haven't yet already. I'm always active over there trying to post everything I can involving the Walking Dead universe, links to both in the description along with the article as I said. But anyways guys, as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!